And now, Splunk's Cybersecurity 60-second charity challenge. Remember the rules. You've got to get through an entire subject in 60 seconds, or you donate to today's charity of choice. Good luck!
All right, so today we're talking about PowerShell, yes? So I remember I have not worked for the government, but Ryan, Mick, and our producer Drew have all at one point in time worked for the government. And I remember you guys talking earlier about a directive or guidance from the DoD, basically recommending government agencies disable PowerShell, which didn't actually really happen, right? It was just kind of a guidance that got, lost in the noise. But
I think PowerShell 2.0 got uninstalled, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
So CISA, the UK, a bunch of cybersecurity agencies listed here in this document, they put out this information sheet basically letting people know that they're not recommending that they disable PowerShell because there are other implications, right? If you're trying to use, Microsoft 365, right? Was that something you were talking about earlier? Or I think this document, it's basically, here's what you need to know about PowerShell, and here's why you shouldn't go all the way to disable it. And so I wanted to ask both of you your interpretation of this, and then also, what defenders need to know about PowerShell and the implications of using it in your environment.
Okay.
So with that,
I believe you won last time, Mick. That was the vote, I think, from our last charity challenge. Your pick. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first. Sure. Give me 1 second here, and then I'll start typing away. Whenever you're ready, Drew, it's fine.
Clock's counting, Mick.
All right, don't mind me. I'm just sending an email because I can do that instead of writing a letter out and putting a stamp on it or throw it in the back of a pony and getting to my mom's house in a week or two from now. That's kind of what PowerShell is. It's a command line interface that helps make jobs easier. I get the idea of uninstalling it because of security risks involved. Just like the idea of me just sending an email right now was a bad idea. But anything bad can happen. It's what you do with the tool. We're going to stop using chainsaws and shut down the logging industry because it'll take too long to not use them. So way back in 2016, there was a STIG that came out that said, hey, PowerShell 2.0 is bad. 5.0 is going to have the same features in it. You should probably not use it. But I think in any instance, and all of our partners, which is a Five Eye partner, so of course they're going to be on our side, installing PowerShell, using PowerShell, the benefits far outweigh the risk. But if you're going to use it, you have to be diligent in those uses. And that 6-8 page document that NSA put out, use it.
All right.
Thanks.
Oh, that's good.
PowerShell. If you're not familiar, it's a command line programming language and Windows interface for command line scripting that is incredibly powerful and can be used to run in-memory attacks along with lateral movement and other fun, exciting hacking things. I first became interested in PowerShell when I listened to a talk at SpookCon in 2016 from Mandiant, which we'll post later, about how they dealt with APT using PowerShell and they owned a giant US government network. When I did an informal poll in 2016 of about 30 large Fortune 1000 and federal customers of Splunk, I found only 3 of them realized that you had to configure any separate logging in order to be able to better detect PowerShell. And today, I can honestly say nothing is really better. Adversaries are still using it in just about every attack, and in fact, we see it extensively in ransomware as well. So from ransomware gangs to APTs, look out for PowerShell. Too long didn't read. Enable script lock logging, get command line executions, and look for download cradles, IEX, and encoded PowerShell commands. Whew. There we go.
We both were on time, so that's impressive. Do I get to decide, or do the people watching get to decide, or is it Drew? How are we going to do this?
You get to make that decision today. Which one would you prefer? I get to make this
decision? No one's waiting.
Comment away.
Comment away. If you have an opinion, let me know.
It is the internet.
I would say you both. Can we have a tie? Can we end our?
No, this is not
it's the summer of love. It can be a tie. All right, we have the same shirt on. I got the memo. Audra did not get the memo.
What is up with this? No one told me we're wearing the wombat shirt.
The gunny highway to my major powers. All right, I got the shirt memo.
Drew, producer, voice of God, do you have an opinion?
Yeah, Drew, what do you think?
Mick wins.
Mick wins. All
I'm
right.
just seeing a constant bias here, Drew. Why don't you go away for 5 months and rethink your life?
Can do.
Can do. We are Ryan, Rohit. Thank you. Obviously, the people have spoken. Drew doesn't count, so we're good to go. But no matter what, I think we're both donating.
Drew, you
today.
matter.
Who are we donating to, Audra?
So today, the charity we're donating to is called the Ukraine Crisis Relief Fund, and Splunk is matching all donations right now for this. It supports humanitarian assistance in Ukraine and the surrounding regions where refugees have fled. And so it's obviously a very important charity right now. So that's what we chose this week.